Welcome back to your channel. My name is Brad, SuperCoach Pro. Today we're doing a round of 20 AFL SuperCoach team review plus the preview going into the week. Now, it's just a two-in-one video. Not enough viewers to do this twice a week at this point, no offense, but just going to get this done as quick as I can. So on the Friday night game, I VC'd Dacos 82, didn't go with it, so I just rolled the C on Bont, thought he'd go well, and in the short term, he got tagged by Ward from the Giants, so yeah, didn't really see it coming out of like a 60-point first quarter and then just fell off after that. So that is whatever. Stewart was my other option that week as well, and he went 101, so it wouldn't have mattered who I put the C on from a VC. Fail there. And then, yeah, Dawson, 119, fantastic from him again. And Will Day, 118. So I've said it time and time again for the last month. Glad I held on today, but really had no choice, and he's paid the faith in having no trades to do anything about him anyway, about a month and a half ago. So, yeah, it hasn't been too bad with him. And Sheasel as well after that Cats game, been turning up ever since. So, 114 from him, been a really handy player. And then I pulled Chincotta for a 68 because we're going to use the last trade tonight. So, you're probably wondering why Darcy Cameron's on the bench, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But Laird, consistent. I didn't throw the C on him because I actually thought after that shoulder knock he would be coming back with a decent score. So didn't expect that. And yeah, glad I didn't get too aggressive and burn my last trade doing that. Merritt 139, pretty consistent. And Brayshaw, yeah, not bad either, 137. So Lockie Neal, disappointing, 87 since Dunk's return, sort of drops off a little bit, which is a little bit annoying. So I don't think I'll be throwing a C on him anytime soon. And then Sarong, he's been pretty average for me since bringing him in. Shows no point really going for value at the end of the year. May as well just go who you think will outscore who at the end of the day, because I'm only using my final trade now. And since bringing him in, he's done stuff all for me. He scored a 90, got suspended, then he got 101 and a 110. So 3M round average is about 100. So yeah, it wasn't worth it. Should have went track. Should have went with gut instinct, and yeah, got burnt for not using my gut instinct. And then yeah, Sinclair 113, pretty handy, and then Cogs 122. He's been a great forward line pick, averaging 101, and yeah, really handy. Here's my forward against Butters, and then yeah, Marshall Briggs. We heard that Ross said that Marshall was touch and go and might not have actually played the game before, so I thought he'd actually be laid out. Overthought it. Should have just put DCAM up forward and cop the donut if Marshall was laid out, but I just rolled with it and tried to play safe, and this comes to why I'm not playing safe this week. I'm going to burn my last trade. I don't really care. And then, because I'm just going down in ranking, I don't think I even said my score, but I'll go back to it after. Dunkley 133, just consistent as ever. Only missed the 2 games, so glad I held on to him. And then Goulden 152, so Gooden's really weird this year. He's either a 60 one week or a 150, and then every now and then a 110. So he's a dart pick. He's more your VC option with a ceiling like that. And then Rosie 104 sort of slowed off the last few weeks, I feel, anyway. And then Taranto definitely has slowed down, 75. I don't know what it is, if it's Hopper's inclusion back into the midfield or the fact that we've got Dusty playing there. Then you got Prestia. You got Jack Ross in there at some point as well. So just, I don't know, maybe just he's burnt out. I'm not sure. You can have a look at these scores: 72, 84, 117, 91, and 75. So if you're betting your money against him, you've done well in the last month. But in total points, I think he's doing pretty well. 77 from Keys. He only gets his goals now from scoring, his points. And then Jeremy Cameron, like, this bloke misses more than what he kicks. It's like I don't even know. Even with a 3-goal game, he still just doesn't do anything. Hawkins out with a hammy, hopefully increases his scoring, but we're not even going to use him for that. So we sort of held on the trade. I know it sounds stupid. If Johnson was an emergency, we had a plan. And I'll optimize my team so you can see what I'm going to do. And I'm going to bring in a 24th Primo. And if my defense fails and someone goes down in it, I don't care. I'm just going to throw everything at it. So Johnson wasn't named as a sub last week, but there is a player who has been named as a sub the last couple of weeks prior to his full match, and that was because they wanted to rest him, and that is the one and only Tom Mitchell. So you go players I can afford. I can just grab this bloke. I can grab Wines or Penderbury, but I think they'll rest Penderbury before they rest any of these other players, and Port could do the same with Wines. You never know. So they rested him in these two games, even low time on ground there, and still scored pretty decent. So and 48 and 30 is only from limited minutes. And then he's got Hawthorn, Geelong, Brisbane, and Essendon. And he scores well against Hawthorn, decently well, really well against Geelong, and then pretty well apart from round 4 against Brisbane. Actually finishes off nicely. So average against his opponents here. Brisbane 130, and that's one of your finals matches. Well, they're all your finals matches. So I'm pretty happy to take a punt on Mitchell over Johnson, obviously. Burn that last trade. Hopefully Malcolm comes in next week or two as cover if I need to. But Tom Mitchell, welcome to the side. Last trade, just got to go hammer now. No one's got trades anyway. And this is how the side will look into the week. We're going to loophole a few things here. So we're actually going to put Keys into the midfield for Roberts. Then how did we do this on paper? We throw Goulden forward. Tommy Mitchell goes into the midfield. Obviously, he's not your emergency. Keys is the emergency in your midfield. Love that. Cameron, emergency in the forward line because he's just scoring like a rookie anyway. Chincotta down back. So side looks pretty good. You've got Keys, Cameron, and Chincotta as you cover for the remaining 4 matches. And then, that finishes the midfield defence, everything. So down back looks pretty solid. Midfield finished off the season with Bont, Laird, Merritt, Brayshaw, Neal, Sarong, Green, and Mitchell. Now, I'm not going to listen to any potties or nothing. I think I'm just going to VC Bont and Pally, and then Captain Laird for me. I would like to do VC Merritt against West Coast. I suppose I still could. But does he have the high enough ceiling of weight? I don't know. Bontempelli would be a nice option too, but I just don't know. I know O'Neill tags Sinclair and players like that and Day. His ceiling, what's his ceiling like? So he's gone over 131, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And where have they gone over? At Marvel, what's his scores? 114, 111, 137, 136. He's got a few 135s. So that's where they're actually playing. Maybe we'll have a look at that. They are playing at Marvel. So he's got scoring history there. And what's Bond's scoring history at Marvel? I think it's pretty decent, actually. We don't got Dusty this week, but we do got Prestia and players like that as well. Although I'm expecting us to win tonight. So Marvel, he scores decently. But the issue is he hasn't gone massive at Marvel apart from one game. So sort of going to be that awkward 120 score or bust. So maybe we go Merritt against Eagles and just hope that they dominate. And we captain Laird if that fails. Can we do that? No, we can't because it's a 2-10 game. This is my issue. Who do you trust in that game after that? Probably nobody. There's no one in my side that I honestly can trust. So I think while looking at that, we'll just do this. VC, Bont, and C Laird, because the games are running at the same time. If you're still around, footy tips tonight, probably going Tigers, even though there's no Dusty, no Grimes. Then I'm going Essendon to win. Adelaide, Collingwood. I've tipped the Cats at home without Lear and Charlie Dixon. Just don't think they're a match, even though Hawkins is out. And then the Bridge Clash, Giants I'm tipping. Melbourne, of course. Tipping Carlton. And then tipping Brisbane to bounce back. So that's the side looking into it. Obviously, if Keys does well, I can loophole his score and put Mitchell on the bench, which would feel a bit stupid because I just brought him in. But it is whatever. And then, I have no ruck cover. So if Marshall's laid out this week, I'll be pretty annoyed. But what do you do? Like, my ranking's already slipping. So what was my score last week? I'm not sure if I even delved onto it. It was 2, 4, 5, 6, and I went down 1,100, well, almost 1,200 spots really. So not doing too great. Out to season rank of 8,000, but look, we started off at 100,000. I think I've said it most weeks. So like, it's hard to come back from a really bad start, and that just has to do with my starting squad. So leave the video there. If you got any trade plans that you want advice on, or VCC options, just chuck them in the comments. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully your team goes well. Hopefully Tigers win, or else if we don't, we're not making finals. So catch us, guys. See ya.